What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another in-depth Battlefield 4 weapon review. Last time we did the GROZA-4, and before that we did the AN-94, and if you would like to see those videos, make sure you guys check the links in the description. And to get into the GROZA-4, it is the PDW built-in suppressor version of the GROZA-1, and in my mind, I favor it definitely over the GROZA-1. I'm not sure if it's because of my playstyle or what, but I definitely prefer the GROZA-4 over the GROZA-1, even though the only difference is, like I said, it's a PDW version and it has a built-in suppressor. But to get into the weapon stats, it has a max damage of 27, which is actually, I would say, a little strong for PDWs, but that's alright. And the damage starts to drop off at 5 meters. And I know that sounds really early, but you guys got to remember it is a PDW. It is not meant for long-range encounters. And the damage will drop off. The damage drop-off ends at around 44 meters. And this gun does a minimum damage of around 15.5 to 16. The gun has a firing rate of 700 RPM, which did surprise me a little bit because the carbine version of this gun, the GROZA-1, did have a higher firing rate than that, so I would assume a PDW would have a higher firing rate than a carbine, but not in this circumstance. The biggest problem I probably have with this gun is the 21 round magazine. I find that is extremely low, and I find myself having to reload a lot and in really awkward situations that kind of screw me over. But you know, overall this gun's a good gun, but the magazine size is probably the biggest problem I have with it. The reload times are, if you have no shots left, it takes around 4 seconds to reload, and if you have some shots left, it'll take around 3 seconds. The recoil on this gun is not really that bad at all. I found it really easy to keep on target, and the recoil mostly takes you up and to the right, but it still is pretty easy to keep on target. It'll take about 4 shots to kill out until around 11 meters, so it's pretty decent for a PDW. At around 11 meters, it'll take around maybe 4 or 5 shots, and then as you get farther away, it'll take more, obviously. But overall, I highly like this gun, and I much prefer it over the GROZA-1. I'm not sure, like I said earlier, if it's my play style or what, but I just like this gun a lot more. It might be because of the built-in suppressor or what, but the same problem still proceeds with it that I had with the GROZA-1. It's still a really tall weapon. Like, this gun, even without a sight, still takes up a lot of my screen, which is why most of the time I like to play without a sight with it, because it really does take up a lot of your screen. But the iron sights for this gun are really bad. I do not like them, and I could not wait to unlock a sight. And then when I finally unlocked the sight, I realized it took over half my screen up, and then I realized, wow, I might not want to use this. But either way, I still prefer this to the GROZA-1. But the biggest problem, like I said, is the magazine size. The damage drop-off is early, but you got, like I said, it's a PDW, so you can't be expecting it to, you know, reach out to long ranges. But definitely the 21 round mag is the biggest problem. I found myself in close counter situations if I even like missed a couple shots. Like if it took 5 or 6 shots to kill someone because maybe you missed 2 or 3 shots, that's a quarter of your mag right there. And obviously not every encounter is going to be 5 to 6 bullets. You're going to have some encounters where it's going to take 10 to 11 or 15 to 16. So really, the magazine is the biggest problem about this gun, but it's manageable. It's definitely manageable because this gun overall is pretty good, and I like it over the GROZA-1. And if you guys would like to see those reviews, like I said, there'll be a link to them in the description. And if you guys enjoyed this review, feel free to leave a like and stay tuned for more Battlefield 4 weapon reviews. And I thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys stay tuned for upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video.